see, now I did not push that. It went on its own.
Well, you can turn it off and we can restart. 'Cause I'm really not ready. Such a brat.
I didn't start it. The camera says you're ready.
Well, it's your phone, so I didn't do anything. It has no connection to me whatsoever. Anyway, where are we?
Where are we? Okay. Hello, everybody. This is our weekly dose. And
I'm Deborah.
I'm Lori. And we're coming to you from our Surrey location in at Tom Sewing in Surrey.
Welcome to December.
Yes. It is just, things are like so crazy. But don't forget, we do have our locations out in Chilliwack, which is Country Folk.
Yep.
And our Mason's location in Burnaby. So, yeah, you can check us out at any of them. Go check out our staff there and get lots of help because, you know.
You can check out the store, not the staff. It's inappropriate. We have to be careful nowadays.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Hi.
I just thought you wanted to go make new friends.
I got enough.
Well, yeah, once you have me as your friend, that's all you need.
Some of us need more sleep.
I know. All right, now I've come to the conclusion that sleep is overrated, and it's not something I'm ever going to have again.
It is not overrated. It's just something that you don't get a lot of. So there's a difference between that.
I don't.
Well, anyway, welcome.
We're going to have some fun today with, some information. We're just going to have
we're going to chat today.
We are. We're going to chat and share some stuff and all that kind of stuff. So, first thing. Okay, so we have Customer Appreciation Day coming up on the 5th, which is Friday, in Chilliwack, and then on the 6th here in Surrey. So there's some little housekeeping stuff we kind of want to cover, give you some little sneak peeks and that fun stuff. So do you want to talk about the sale?
Yes, we'll talk about the sale. It starts today. And it is quite good, actually. If you take a listen to this and then check it out when you come in the store, basics, 25% off. 30% off kids, flannel, collections, and Christmas. Because there's still plenty of time to use up that Christmas fabric or start your next year's project.
Oh, yes.
Notions is 25% off unless otherwise highlighted. There are other sales that are still on the Notions.
Yes, and so that those sale prices might be a little bit different. They may be a little higher than 20 or just whatever. Yeah. And then if you check out the website, there's two places on the top that's got some sales. And one is, I can't remember what that one is.
I don't know. You know what? I spend a great deal of time looking at the website, looking at the calendar.
Oh, the flash fabric. There's the flash fabric, and then there's the other one, which I think is flash something or like. Anyways, it's got some temporary come and go real fast sales. Yeah. And they're going to be highlighted by the little, we've got these little things. They're called, if you come in the store, and you're going to see these little tags. Yep. And they're so adorable. They're our little Christmas grandmas, our quilting Christmas grandmas.
And I think she needs a name. But everybody doesn't agree with me.
Well, it's not that she needs a name. It's just that
they all need a name then.
There's several. And, with me with names. But they're so cute. So they're our quilting Christmas grandmas. And so they'll be, if you see that tag, it's going to be a flash sale on that for a very short period of time.
QCG.
Okay. There you go. Something like that. But anyway, so they're going to be, so check out the website. There's a little thing at the top on the main page. There'll be little flash sales up there. So you can check on that. If you're in the store, you're going to see the little grandmas. So maybe come in and just check out these. They're so
If all you want to do is see the grandma,
they're so cute.
Come and check them out.
So we've got that. Let's see. Okay, also with Customer Appreciation Day. Okay, so there's a couple of things. Some housekeeping. If you are on the wait list, so it was full for a class you wanted to get into and you're on the wait list, okay, what happens, and this is with all our classes across the board, but just so you guys know, when someone unregisters because they can no longer make it, then the system sends out an email to everyone on the wait list. It doesn't just like the top one there. They send it out to everybody. As soon as you see that email, open it up and there's a little tab on there that says register. Does it say register?
It says here or something.
Yeah, something like that.
There's a link there.
So if you read through the email, it'll tell you, and then so you need to click on that. And if the spot is still open, it will put you in. Okay, so it really is the first one to click on that gets the spot.
Yes, yes.
Just so you know, so it's not a passive thing where you're on the wait list and then the first one in and then it bumps you in, because it does that. Neither system is perfect. They both have their flaws. They both have their pros and all those kind of things. This is just the system that comes with our software.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if there's like 10 people on the wait list, then 10 emails are going to go out, and it's the first one that clicks on that button to get the spot.
That's right. Yes.
So
that's right. Every
time one opens, you're going to get that email. So so if you get the email, don't assume that it's like, oh, now I'm in the class. It's not. It's an active process.
You actually have to get yourself on there.
That's that. Now, for the classes that day, okay, so if you are registered for a class, you have a guaranteed seat in the classroom. If you are not registered for that class, and so not just registered to be here, you have to be registered in that class. So the software class. So if you wanted the software class and you registered in there and you have a seat.
Yes. If
you are here and let's say something happens, because sometimes, people wake up, and they're really sick with a cold or something happened and they can't make it. Once we have everyone registered for the class and all those seats are taken, if there's a few extra seats and you are in the store, you can come and join the class as long as we've got a seat. Okay. So, but seats are for those who registered. So if you've registered for attending Customer Appreciation Day, but you did not register for an individual class, then you would be on the wait list that if you're here and there's a spot, you can come in. Yeah. But it goes to the people who have registered for the class, and then whoever's in the store, if we've got room, we'll try our best to get you in. It's just
it's the best we can do.
Yeah.
Because there is limited space, of course.
Yeah, there's limited space, and people get offended when we sit there and stack 3 or 4 people on each other.
They don't like that.
They don't like people sitting on their lap. Not sure why,
Tom suggested this.
Hanging them from
shelf up there.
Oh, there's a, and if their name starts with an E, like, and we could call them Alfie, and then they're Alfie on the shelfie.
I hate that guy. And also, by the same token, if you find you can't show up on Friday or Saturday, let us know. Cancel your spot, and then the wait list. We
will miss you if you can't make it, and we'll be very sad.
We look forward to this day.
We really do, and but we do understand that sometimes life happens, and things come up, and you can't make it. But do let us know, so then we can make a space for those who were able to come and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be fun. I've been baking.
Well, good for you.
Mm-hmm. And then but it's funny because I've been baking, and then my kids come home and they're like, ooh, and I don't touch it. And then they're picking it up and going, what are you going to do? So,
what did you make?
Well, so far I've got chocolate chip cookies and I've got oatmeal raisin. Yes. And then I'm going to do grandma's snickerdoodles today. If you've never had once you've had my grandmother's snickerdoodles, you can you can't go back. There's just, I don't know, there's something about her recipe that just, it's just amazing. And then I'll probably get some Rice Krispie squares and maybe some brownies and maybe some other stuff. It just depends on how busy I go.
We're going to miss Sandy's contributions to our treats this year.
We will. So I will try and make up for that. But
yeah.
so, and there'll be some other stuff. We'll see what all shows up at the different ones. And of course, the 2 locations will have different treats because
different.
Some of the stuff I'll be doing like Friday night, so it won't make it out to Chilliwack on Friday. But there will be some treats. There's going to be our elf. That's going to come. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun. So come join us.
And I'll wear my little hat.
She won't let me wear a new outfit I was going to.
Well, no, it's totally inappropriate. I'm sorry. No.
Okay, so there's that.
Now,
Kimberbell.
no,
Okay.
Kimberbell. There's also.
What's that? Lots of. Oh, yes. Go ahead.
There's lots of sewing machines on sale.
Yes.
So if you were thinking that this is the year you're getting your daughter, your son, your granddaughter, your grandson, your nieces, nephews, whatever, their own sewing machine, now is the time to come in and have a look and check them out.
Or
feel
upgrade.
them out, upgrade.
Your own.
Just come on, and you're passing down one. Now is the time to be checking that out because they're here. There's lots of machines.
Lots of machines and lots of sales.
Opportunities.
Yeah, so come on in. And of course, the best way is to come in and give them a test run and sit at them and just see how they feel. You know, like the button placement. It is. Just come and we'll show you all the fun stuff.
Yes, absolutely. And holiday gift ideas. We have those. We have all kinds of stuff. Actually.
Yeah, there's lots going on.
I try not to look at it, and I just go into the office, do my work, and then leave because the temptation is real.
I made the mistake yesterday, so I had to come and deal with a couple of things. So I was here, and Julie, our wonderful fabric rep, was here. So I come in the classroom, and there's fabric everywhere because they're picking fabric for this coming year that's coming in. So I got a sneak peek at some of them, and they were picking, you know, like the Christmas stuff, and I'm like, oh, is baby Grinch coming?
Just in case that was too high pitched for you to comprehend, baby Grinch fabric.
It is the cutest little stuff. So, actually, you know what? No, there is no baby Grinch fabric coming. That was a lie. I'm not telling you. No, because I want it. So,
an entire bolt?
Yes, it's so cute.
Okay, you got a problem.
I do, but that's okay. Oh, what? Did I save it? Oh, so I thought I did, and I should have, but I seen the thing this morning, and it was a pledge for the new year. And it says, I promise not to buy any more new fabric until I've used up all the fabric in my stash. And then it says, and then I laughed and I laughed and I laughed at my psychotic thought that's not really going to happen.
I don't say that anymore because it's just not. It's not going to happen.
It's not. You know, the thing is, we do projects. I mean, we have our stash, which is great. And it's, you know, so we can implement it. But there's new stuff that comes in and there's new ideas and stuff. And so it is a mix between using your stash.
Yes.
Because we usually build our stash with a lot of, like, basics and things like that. And there are some collections, but, like, there tend to be more whatever. Like, when I bought the yellow and green bees and sunflowers and all that kind of stuff. It's for a specific project. So yes, do I have a little bit left over and I can use in some other things, but they're usually for specific projects for, you know, or well, Christmas is like Christmas stuff or whatever. But when these new collections, they come in and they're great. So you can buy some new pieces and then supplement with your stash. It's all about balance.
Yes, this is very true. I don't go that route. Mine, when I buy it, it is for a specific project.
Yeah.
It doesn't always get used for the specific project, which takes me to my project book. That's the whole point of this, and I even have my daughter working on developing the pages for it.
Yeah. So,
Which
but
is quite
it's
a challenge when she doesn't sew.
Yeah.
She doesn't
So-
get what I'm talking about.
But no, there's some really, there's some new fall stuff. I mean, when I came in, they've missed, most of the stuff that's coming in the first part of the year has already been ordered, and that would have been ordered quite a while. So most of the stuff that was ordered yesterday is like more towards like mid to later on in the year. But there's some new fall stuff coming in, and like there's the traditional stuff, but there's a new line coming in, and it is more of my fall stuff where it's not the orange and the browns. It's a different type of a fall. It's gorgeous. I seen that coming in, but I had to leave before they got there. And so I was talking to Carrie. I said, "Did you order this?" And she goes, "Yes, we did." And I'm like, "Yes." So, and you just,
Yes.
so there's a lot of new stuff. So we got the sale so that you can stock up on some of this stuff, because we need to clear out space for the new stuff
for the new stuff that will be coming
and then
in.
we're going to have a lot of
thing.
the classes are coming. I know the new year the calendar looks a little sparse.
That's because everybody hasn't got their classes in.
We're all working on them right now, and there's just so much going on right now, so we're all working on it. But the classes,
a very busy week.
There's gonna, like, all of a sudden you're gonna like nothing, and then boom, all these classes. So we're gonna have lots of classes
You won't
in
know
the new
what
year.
to do. There'll be so many.
Yeah, there's a lot of new classes that are coming, so you're gonna have opportunity to use up a lot of the fabric that you buy now, and then you'll have room for the new stuff. So there's that. Kimberbell. I gotta talk about Kimberbell.
Yes.
Okay.
Do this.
So they did the mystery quilt for our Kimberbell, which is Stitch and Chatter, but like our Kimberbell. The project this year, most everyone should have their final one. They did it and they can finish it. So it was a really nice wall hanging. So it's a mystery quilt, and it was called, what was it called? I can't remember what it's called, but it was like flowers or something. So yes.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of flowers. So pretty much most of the blocks were flowers.
Yeah.
And so there were a few people that sat there and said, it's nice, but how many different ways can you do a flower? So as much as it was nice and it was done, towards the end of the year, it kind of got, I wouldn't say boring, but it was, it's another flower.
You're still on the same topic.
Yeah, you're kind of still on the same topic, but it was kind of the same thing. So this year, there's been a few people going, well, I don't really want, okay, if you this year's one is Christmas, what is it called?
Okay, mistletoe.
Mistletoe, yes,
mystery.
mistletoe. Okay, so it is a Christmas theme. The blocks are very different this year. Okay, it's not going to be, oh, look, another flower.
No,
okay,
no.
This one is every month there's going to be a kind of a different theme. Like it'll still be Christmas, but there's a lot. And I've seen January. Okay, so we got this month's like the first block. So as soon as you sign up, you get this first one. Then the next one, I've seen January, and I should be seeing February soon. I've seen the whole quilt.
Yes. I saw the blurred out picture.
Yeah. So this one has a lot more opportunity for variety to it. It's gorgeous. It is really nice. So if you were sitting on the fence before, I would strongly encourage you to jump in. Okay, I think you're going to be happy. I'm going to show you the first block. So this is the first block.
That's
Okay,
the freebie, right?
This is your first one. It's really, really cute. So we've done this. Now, the color themes that they've got is another thing comes when you're picking colors, and we'll talk about that. But this one will work if you do kind of all your main, quote unquote, main blocks the same color with an undertone, and then you can add in some other highlights. But whereas the other one, you picked all over the place. But this one, and so I was helping someone pick, and she's going to do kind of like the red theme. So she's kind of got like a white with polka dots for her thing, and then a really nice pattern reds for some fillers. But this is so cute. So I did this one up. You can't really tell, but there's puppy, velveteen.
Velveteen.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's
sorry.
velveteen here, but I also add a little bit, so I puffed it up. I put a soft and stable under it. But then we were talking about it this morning. This would look so cute if you used glitter
Yeah.
to do these. So you're going to be able to change them out and really add some boom. And then we were already talking about the January one.
Yes.
Like so many things. And these blocks are going to be ones that you're going to be able to put into the thing, but you're going to be able to create some other projects with them. And it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
We're going to have so much fun with this one. So if you are sitting on the fence, I'm going to kick you off.
Well, let me say, I gave up on mystery quilts years ago because I need to see the outcome. I need to know what I'm working with, and it just doesn't work for me. I'm doing this one.
Yeah.
And I saw the blurred out picture.
Yeah, so
I didn't see what it's going to look like. I'm doing this one.
Yeah, so it's going to be lots of fun. So come in, register, and then you pay for each month as it comes out. So on the first of each month, you'll be charged for that month's block. And then each block you get the block, and then you get the quilting. So this one, I think there's 2 background quilting. Actually, probably 3 because there'll probably be the border one. But I haven't seen that one. So those the borders, you don't have to buy them separate. It's part of the block. And so it's going to be so much fun. It will be. It'll be nice.
I'm looking forward to it.
So join us for that. And then we have our sit and chatter, which is on the 3rd Thursday of every month. You come in person. We cover the block, so if you're not sure, we go over that. And then we got some other ideas that we're working on for that. That more information will follow. But you gotta join. It's gonna be so much fun.
It really is a nice looking wall hanging. I gotta tell you. And that's, like I'm saying, that's the blurred out picture. So I'm taking a lot on trust here, but it really
She trusts me.
No, I trust Carrie. No.
Okay.
As we move forward, we'll be showing you some of these things as we go.
All right. So is there anything else on our
I
list?
think we've covered everything here. Just keep checking the website for the short
classes.
sales and checking our quilting Christmas grandma. Christmas quilting grandma?
Quilting Christmas Grandma.
Whatever. The lady. She's very cute.
She's adorable.
They are very cute
They
because
are
there is
adorable.
more than one. But so our topic today.
Our topic. Okay, so we are going crazy around here with just like we're getting ready for Customer Appreciation Day. We've got demo. Oh yeah, Demo December. Forgot about that one.
Oh,
there's
right,
Demo
yeah.
December. So not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. There's Demo December. So if you come and attend the lecture. I don't know what else there are other more, I'm not going to lecture at you. It's going to be fun. So you come and you sit and we're going to demo a few things. We're going to have some fun. There'll be, bring your the things that you've done so we can do show and tell, wear your favorite Christmas sweater or ugly Christmas sweater. I got a really cool idea for one then, so I can see if I can make time for it. But so we're going to do that. And then you get the little free design, which is a little Christmas tree. It's a felt Christmas tree, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways so it's not just a felt Christmas tree. Like you can use it for a couple of different things. So it's going to be fun. Then, but if you are interested in learning about embroidery and you don't have an embroidery machine, you can sign up for later in the day to come in and test out an embroidery machine, and I'll help you stitch it out for those who don't have an embroidery machine and would like to try it out. Okay, so check that out. But that's going to be lots of fun.
That's the 13th.
That's the 13th.
Yep.
So we're getting ready for that, and then just getting classes, and so much going on. And then we're like going, we need weekly dose. So we decided that what we're going to talk about today is we're going to kind of share some of our fun bloopers. Anyways, we're just going to have a nice, fun conversation, and you guys can have a good laugh with it on, quilting, our adventures in quilting and embroidery and all that other fun stuff.
Right.
Because sometimes you need a good laugh. Sometimes you just need to, realize that maybe I'm not the only one, or okay, in my case, I am the only one. But just some fun.
This is true.
So
okay. One of the things that I had, when I started sewing, it's like it just came to me. Made sense. I totally got it. I really rarely ever made a mistake. But when I did, they were biggies. And when I was early in my 30s, I was studying tailoring and design at Algonquin in Ottawa. And I was the only person in their 30s there who, had a family. The rest of them were like 18, 19.
Fresh out of high school.
And they used to make a joke about this. Oh, Deborah never makes a mistake. She never does anything wrong. And we were making winter coats, tailored. So there's a lot more involved. And you have to use a different type of interfacing and everything when you're doing a tailored item. And I came to a point, I went, oh, geez, I don't have enough of the interfacing. And this was a wool-based interfacing because I was making a wool coat. And then the next day I went, no, I found it. It's okay, I had enough. Until I went to put everything together. What I had done is I cut from my previous cut. So like I really was short. And I doubled the mistake. And everybody just cracked up because, oh wow, she finally screwed up. I screwed up big time. I mean, big time.
I think it's, and I say this in class a lot of times, like when people come to class and, we learn more from a mistake than when we do it right. Mm-hmm. And so if you're going to make a mistake, it's better to do it in class. So, yes. Because then we can help you through that and help you think it through. So when you're home and you know how to problem solve and do those kind of things, because we are all going to make a mistake. There are days where we shouldn't be sewing and we'll still sew through. I know you have your rule, three mistakes.
3 mistakes.
Well, and so I'll be stitching something out and I'll like be, on number 12. And I'm like, okay, well, I've had 12. It can't get any worse. Yeah, it will. It shows me. Yeah, it will. So it's nice, like when I've got a few people in class and they're trying so hard not to make, and then if they make a mistake, they won't say anything.
Yes.
It's like, go ahead, say something because it's a teaching moment. It really is because, I can stand up here and read you a pattern. Great. But you know what? I would rather teach you certain things so that makes things easier. And one of it is like, we have like one of the classes, like I've got a beginner class, right? The whole point of that is getting to know a little bit with your machine. And so I've had a couple people that have made mistakes in the class, and then they either had to back up or jump ahead or whatever. And so on most embroidery machines, you can either move ahead by or back by stitches or whole steps. One of them, they didn't realize they could do whole steps. And so they had to go redo something. And so they had to move ahead or go back, one of the two, by like 4 or 5 steps. Now, to put this into perspective, we're probably talking about like 2,000 stitches.
Yes. Yeah.
And so they're going back stitch by stitch.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's like, and then, so I'm like checking on them and they're like, and then they kind of, and I'm like, okay, well, you've got this button and he goes, well, I wish I would have known that, because it took this person like 10 minutes to go back. And I'm like, no. So it just, but we all do that.
These are all teaching moments, and we've all made mistakes. But my major mistake there that I just shared with you, also just, firmly embedded in my mind the concept of measure twice, cut once. Because if I had gone back and retraced my steps, I would not have done what I did, because now I needed double of what I had needed the day before, because I just thought, oh, well, there it is. That's a big enough piece, without looking at the fact that that piece was already cut for something else.
Yeah. So. See, I would cut stuff, and then I'd end up with all these cut pieces, and I'd have no idea what they were. And then I'd grab the wrong one and start stitching. I was like, oh, that's the wrong size or whatever. So when I've learned that or did that, what I've learned from that. And see, that's what it is. Mistakes help us learn to do something a little bit better. So what I do now is I cut little pieces of paper. Actually, I'm getting to the point where what I'll take and do is I've laminated a whole bunch of pieces of paper like this, and then I can use like a
dry erase.
Well, dry erase, as soon as you put it down, and if something cuffs, it does. I use the ones that have to use a little water to take it off.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So like an overhead, an overhead marker. And then
there's a mistake I'm not going to make now.
Yeah, and so because I did dry erase, and it's like put it out there all empty. Okay, that doesn't do me any good. So you use the water one, so like an overhead marker, anything that you can use water to wash away. So even like a Crayola, because water will wash that away. So I have them little things, and then I mark on it. So like if it's a Kimberbell block, I gather them all, and then I mark on it what block it is and all the cutting sizes. So if there's the background, which is 8.5 by 10.5, and then the applique pieces, I mark that on there. So it's all there. So I know what I'm grabbing. And then I use the little wonder clips to clip it all together. If I'm cutting, like doing my pre-cut, so like with this one, right? I have a map to cut all my backgrounds. And the stuff. And so I sat and I cut the background pieces last night. And this is an example of why I do this. So I cut them all. So I needed X amount at 8.5 by 10, X amount at this. And then my brain, because I didn't mark them yet, right? As into which block was which, I just had the pile. I looked at this one and I'm like, oh, that one is this size, and I grabbed the two blocks of what I thought were the ones, and I put the Presto on the back and started the block. And then when I went to put my backing down, covering my batting, now my backing is the same size of my batting. And so I'm like, crap, I grabbed the wrong one. And so if I hadn't done what I had done and marked, so I could go and like recheck and put them there, now I would have had cut fabric that was wrong. Yeah. And so I just realized I'd grabbed the wrong ones, but because I hadn't marked it yet and clipped them together, because I knew what I was doing. This way I reduce the chance, because when I look at the instructions, okay, I need 8.5 by 10.5. I can look, okay, there's my 8.5 by 10.5 instead of guessing. Because an 8.5 by 10.5, when they're just laying on your table, looks very similar to an 8.5 by 8.5.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And so it just, or 6.5 and a 6 by 6.5 looks very similar to an 8.5 by, I mean, yes, if you hold them up together, you can see the difference.
Yeah, but we're not doing that.
But laying on the table, you know, at least, maybe I'm just,
if you were doing
maybe
that,
I'm just too blonde. But so these are things, and that's why when you make a mistake, the best thing to take and do is like, okay, I goofed. What can I learn and how can I fix it from this time? I was teasing with my class that I have two brains. I have my teacher brain and I have my at-home sewing brain, and they don't communicate.
No, I can see that.
Yeah. So in class, I'm teaching, and I got all these solutions and this and all, and everything's great. I go home, and then as soon as I walk in, it's almost like I trip over the stupid stick, which I probably do. I sit down in a machine, and any mistake that can possibly happen, I do it. I do. I like an example would be with if you've seen my beautiful quilt. Yeah, I know. I was very proud of it. Okay, so that one that I did for the pink one.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So I know how to do it the right way. I had halfway through it doing it the wrong way. And the most difficult way. And I'm like, and then it was like a wake up halfway through, and I'm going, why am I doing it this way? And I was halfway through all the embroidery pieces, and I was not, and I had just enough of the pink background fabric that I couldn't start again. So I had to finish doing it. Well, not wrong, as in, I mean, it still worked, but it was the more difficult way. Right. And it also meant I had to do more work, because what I should have done was did background quilting on all the blocks and pre-quilted all the blocks. But no, I'm like, I don't want to do that. And so I sprayed all the blocks because I needed them super stiff. I sprayed them all down with Trail Magic. Had to let them hang to dry for most of it, and then iron them flat so that they were solid, because it was such a light pink fabric, and because I used it also in my 9 patch, that if I would have put a lot of stabilizer behind the one, you would have seen the 2 different tones, and I didn't want that. So I had to do it this way, and took that much more, and then I'm like, this is where I'm going. And then, which also meant that I had to then quilt the quilt afterwards. Not that I had a problem doing free motion. It gave me a chance to practice that. And by the way, I did a beautiful job. But it would have taken me less time had I sat there and thought through and going, wait a minute, okay, I'm going to do background quilting on this, and then I could have done the background quilting using the clear blue tiles on the 9 patch. So all would have had batting behind it. It would have all had the same, and I would have had the exact same look and a whole heck of a lot less work.
Sometimes it helps to plan out the project.
I did, but apparently my teaching brain and my at-home brain did not communicate until halfway through. And I find that happens to me all the time, because if I'm teaching a class and I have these blocks, I'm going, okay, you can do this and you can do this and you can do that. And this is also great. And then I sit down at home and then I just start doing them. And then I get halfway through and I'm going, I should have done this and I should have done this and I wanted to do this. And this would have looked so much better using this. And so, yeah, it's just quite funny.
Some of these things, like you plan out your project, you do everything, and something is still going to go wrong. But there are a couple of hints to help. And one of the ones that somebody's car is going.
I just want to make sure it's not mine.
No,
it's not mine.
Press.
So we're good.
I know she does not agree with me. Press. That iron is essential.
No one works here.
Have a good one. Have a wool mat.
I have a wool mat. It's great for pinning.
And
I use my iron. I really do. And I'm working to break the habit of ironing and trying to do pressing.
You press.
I know, but see, I always ironed because that's what I was not so much taught. That's just what I did, because no one taught me. I learned a lot of stuff on my own, and it just,
it's a habit that's hard to break.
It is, and everything I looked at and read or whatever, they said iron, 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 and so I ironed. Now we use the word press, but that was not the word that was used before, and so it is very hard to change from ironing to pressing because a lot of times I'm on autopilot, and so I'm just like, I isn't supposed to iron, I'm supposed to press.
I watched this tailor on Facebook. You may be on YouTube or wherever, I don't know, and he's from Italy, and he works on the most gorgeous fabrics. He makes tailored bespoke suits.
Yeah.
And when he picks up his iron and he goes smack down on the fabric. He's got a press cloth there as well. So he uses a press cloth and he uses a very hot iron, and he presses. It's smack, and he lifts it up and smack down to the next one. So, and it actually smacks, and I'm thinking, I want to know the why for that. So if anybody out there knows, please share. I want to know why he does that really heavy smackdown with the iron, because I do, like, I press, I lift and move and lift and move.
And you know what? And it may simply be if he's doing this and demoing, when you hear that smack, it's made to reinforce that he's not ironing, he's
and
pressing.
It could be that basic, but I would love to know if anybody knows. And this man is an absolute genius. Like, he shows various steps of what he's doing, and I'm just enthralled with watching this master do his work, because it's like you see somebody who, and I forget how long he's been doing it, but because like I'm guessing he's in his 50s at least, simply by the experience he's displaying. But that's what, like, little tips.
Okay, so this is what we want you guys to do. Okay, so we want you guys to comment, all right, because it's fun sharing our bloopers, because it's great to like, but other people can learn from them or whatever. But share in the comments, okay? Like, post, I goofed this, but this is what I learned, or, this was like so funny. I did this. Like, the first outfit I made, my mom says, you didn't know how to sew. You can't do it. So I proved her wrong, and I sewed a top and short outfit. It was really great, and it looked cute until I went to wash it. Then it fell apart, but we don't go, so I did succeed in sewing it. I just didn't understand the concept about actually, like adjusting stitch lengths and how far, you need your seam allowance and all that kind of stuff. So, but I did get better. I've sewn like my dresses and
well,
things
that's
like
what
that.
practice does. Right?
It does.
We get better.
So we learn something. So share a funny that you've done. Share something that you learned. Share, even your most successful thing that you are so proud of that you were able to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my quilt, it's squared. So like those are little
beautiful.
raw, like little rah-rahs or whatever. So
absolutely, yeah.
Share that.
Share them with us.
We would love to hear some of your successes, your funnies, your whatever. All right. So I think I think you've heard us ramble on long enough.
Yes, exactly. And if
we're
you
having
ever
some
wonder why I'm smiling or making faces, it's because people are walking by and they look you directly at you.
Yeah, and they stand there and they make faces, because they're like, hey, you can't see, and then you're like,
our customers, come in and, you want to interact because you know them, and it's like, I know I'm on here, but I shouldn't do that, but I can't help it. So forgive us, okay?
Yes.
We're not pros. Okay. All right.
Perfect.
That's it.
All right. So have a great week. We're starting off December. Enjoy getting ready for Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you guys celebrate.
Do it and do it well and enjoy it.
And enjoy your family time. Whether it's blood family,
or
friend family,
yeah.
The family you created, whatever. Just make sure you're surrounding yourself with loved ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And
and have fun and enjoy the food.
I forgot the stockings. I knew there was something else. Okay, so I know. I will just take 2 more minutes of your time. Dropped off the stockings the other day. Okay, so they were so appreciative of those stockings. This year, the demand is up. She was telling me they have 80 families going through per day.
Oh my goodness.
That is how much it is up. Yes, they've done a lot. And one thing, so in the past, we have taken stockings, and they usually go through most of them, but sometimes at the end, they have a little bit extra because there's a lot of, either people who are new to Canada and their Christmas traditions are a little bit different. Stockings are really a North America, like US, Canada, or even a little bit in Europe.
Yes.
That's everywhere else, even though they celebrate Christmas, stockings don't and so when they gave them the opportunity for stockings, they're looking at them, they're going, like, what's up? Especially if they're like, new here, different cultures or whatever. So sometimes they end up having, because I take the last batch a little bit towards the end. So, and that's a good thing because then they start off with a few the next year. So last year they did, because we had a ton of them last year. They had a few left over last year. Those were gone like that. And so when I was there, they were a little worried that we weren't coming this year. Oh. But she said they've had such a higher demand for them this year than what they normally do. And that is because there got a lot more families who would be ones that would normally donate to the Christmas Bureau. They are finding that this year they need
it. Yeah.
And so those stockings and everything else like that, there are more people who, have those traditions because they've been in Canada or taken on a lot more of the Canadian traditions with that. And I mean, whether you do stockings or not, it's neither here nor there. Everybody has their own traditions and things like that. But it just goes to show you that this year, there are a lot more people, even the food bank is finding that people who normally donate to the food bank
are now coming,
are the ones that are coming. And so they were so appreciative of those stockings that came in, that you guys are touching many more lives this year. So we still are accepting stockings until the 13th.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the last day. So if you have time or it's still on your docket to do them, to bring them in, just know that we took in 90.
Did you say 96?
I think Carrie said 96. So we took in just under 100. Okay. We have a few more here to go in. So those are that many. But if you have the time and the supplies and the ability, even just one will make a difference. Okay, so you have until the 13th, but they were so very appreciative.
Just know what you do makes an impact. It's appreciated and they need it. And
it does.
They're grateful.
They are.
So
all right. So
keep it up.
Yeah. Thank you to all of those who have done that and dropped it in. We really, they really do appreciate it. All right.
Okay, that's it. That's it for today.
Thanks for listening to us, and we will catch you guys next week. All right.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye.